If you've been told you are the niche, I want to respectfully disagree. Because this advice is why so many creators still feel lost on their content creation journey. And in this video, I will show you what a niche is and how to choose one without boxing yourself in. Now, to be fair, the idea you are a niche actually came out from a real problem creators were facing. For a long time, creators were told to niche down so hard that many of us felt boxed in. Most creators were afraid to choose the wrong niche and being stuck there forever. So, the advice shifted. Some creators started saying things like, just be yourself, you are the niche, your personality is enough. And honestly, on the surface, that makes sense. People connect with people, right? We connect through stories, personalities, and lived experiences. It also makes sense because we evolve and change over time. We don't stay the same forever, and creators didn't want to feel trapped in just one version of themselves. So, saying you are the niche felt freeing. It felt like a permission to evolve. But just because an idea felt freeing doesn't mean it is functional. The issue with you are the niche idea is that it removes structure. It does not answer the most important question a creator needs clarity on, which is, who am I serving and what problem am I solving? When you are the niche, everything becomes content, and that is where chaos starts. Creators start posting everything and anything, hoping that something sticks. Audience gets confused, the algorithm gets confused, and eventually the creator burns out. Because being the niche doesn't tell you where you're going. It just tells you to keep moving. So, while you are the niche felt empowering, I don't agree with it as a framework for growth. Not because personality doesn't matter, but without a mission, personality alone struggles to create real impact. And that is why I believe the creator is not the niche, but rather the transformation the creator has lived, experienced, and can guide others through it is actually the niche. Imagine you walk into a classroom. The teacher stands there and says, I am the subject. I am sure you'll be confused. You will probably ask, okay, what are you teaching? Maths? English? Science? Because the teacher is not the subject, the lesson is. In the same way, the creator is not the niche. The creator is the teacher, or what I like to call the messenger, and the transformation is the lesson. Without a clear lesson, people don't know why they are there. That's why the transformation is a better framework than saying I am the niche. If you take a moment and look at most top creators, you will notice something very interesting. Almost every successful creator delivers a clear transformation. It's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of them. And that's why focusing on the transformation is so important, and why I strongly believe that the transformation should be the niche. Now we understand why the transformation and not the creator is the real niche. I am sure the next question on your mind is, okay, but how does a creator fit into a transformation? This is where it all comes together. The creator is the messenger, the one who has lived the experience, struggled through it, learned from it, and now can guide others towards the light. Think of it this way. The transformation is the destination, and the creator is the person showing the way. But how does the creator do this? That's where storytelling comes in. Storytelling is a creator's most powerful tool. Through their story, they make the transformation relatable and real. Without storytelling, even the clearest transformation can feel distant and abstract. But when a creator shares their journey, the challenges, the lessons, the victories, suddenly, the audience can see themselves in that story, trust the messenger, and feel motivated to take the same steps. Think about it like this. Imagine you injure your knee. You go to the hospital. The doctor examines you, prescribes medication, and gives you professional advice. Everything he says is correct and helpful. Now, on your way home, you meet someone with the exact same knee injury. They got injured the same way you did, and then they show you the scar, and you can clearly see it's fully healed. And they tell you everything they did. What worked, what didn't, how long recovery took, and how they are living life after healing. Be honest. Who are you more likely to listen to? The doctor who understands the injury professionally but has never felt the pain? Or the person standing in front of you who has lived the pain, survived it, and came out the other side? I am almost certain it's the second person. Not because the doctor is wrong, but because this person has walked the exact road you are standing on right now. They have felt the pain, they've lived the process, and they are proof that healing is possible. That's why the creator doesn't need to be the niche. They just need to show up, tell their story, and lead the audience through the transformation, because the story is the bridge between the niche and the people who need it most. I know at this point, you're still worried about being boxed in a niche and feeling stuck. And you might be asking questions like, what if I am interested in more than one niche? Or, can I change my niche later? Let's start with the first one. If you're early in your creator journey, or you feel pulled in multiple directions, the best thing you can do is to focus on one niche at a time. This doesn't mean you're limiting yourself. It's very important to do this because clarity builds trust with your audience. Your audience should be able to understand almost instantly what you are leading them through right now. That doesn't mean you hide your other interests. You can share these other interests with your audience through your stories. Think of it like this. Your main transformation is the headline. Everything else is part of the story. So, if you're a mom who is great at parenting and you've also learned how to make money while raising your kids at home, you don't need to talk about both at once. If parenting is your strongest and clearest transformation, lead with that. Then, through your stories, show your audience how you have built financial stability in motherhood. Your audience will still see that you are multidimensional. They will still see your depth, but they won't be confused about why they are following you. And when someone lands on your channel, they should know within seconds, this is what this person helps people with. Now, let's talk about outgrowing a niche. Some transformations are seasonal. You won't be a beginner forever. You won't be in survival mode forever. You won't stay in the same phase of life forever. Outgrowing a niche doesn't mean you failed, and it doesn't mean you abandoned your audience. It simply means that the chapter is complete. Instead of disappearing or suddenly switching topics, you transition with your audience. You tell them what's changing, you explain why, and you bring them along the process. And when you do that, you send a powerful message to your audience. This phase isn't permanent. There is another season after this. The good news is that some of your audience will transition with you, and the bad news is that some won't. But that's okay, because if you've helped them through one season of their life, you've already earned their trust. And as you step into a new niche, a new audience that needs that niche will find you. They will see how you've led others before, and they will trust you to lead them too. So yes, a creator can change their niche at any point in this creator journey. They just need to avoid confusing their audience by bringing them along through their story. Now, knowing that a niche can be outgrown, there is one more important shift I want you to make. Instead of obsessing over finding the perfect niche, I want you to focus on something far more important: your audience. Because the niche is not more important than the people you are here to help. Your audience is the real anchor. They are the reason your content works. They are the reason the transformation matters. And who is your audience, you might ask? They are simply who you used to be. The version of you that was confused. The version that was struggling. The version that hadn't figured it out yet. That's why finding your audience is easier than you think. You don't need to search far. You already know them because you were once them. When creators focus only on a niche, they often end up creating broad generic content. But when you focus on a specific audience, your message becomes personal and effective. Let's look at it this way. The niche is the food you are serving, but your audience is the person you are cooking for. And how you serve this dish changes depending on who is sitting on the table. So yes, every creator needs a niche because the niche gives structure and direction, but the niche is not where the connection happens. The connection happens when you know exactly who you are speaking to. And that's what social media is really about. Finding your people, your tribe, people who hear your story and say, I get you. So, instead of worrying too much about the niche, ask yourself these questions. Who needs what I have learned the most? Who would connect faster with my story? Speak to them, use your story, and then let the transformation do the rest. You don't need to be everything to everyone. You just need to be useful to someone. When you focus on helping real people through a real transformation, everything else starts to make sense. I am sure at this point of the video, you have a clearer idea of the niche you are passionate about and the transformation you want to lead your audience through. But before you move forward, there are some core foundations every creator needs to get right to succeed on YouTube and other social media platforms. And that's what I will be explaining in this next video. See you there.